With success often comes pain and a little bit of misery, right? Now, last night we watched the Vikings have a miraculous comeback win, looked fantastic in that fourth quarter, but we also witnessed a key player on our defense go out or get sidelined with a hamstring injury. So let's get right into it. This is not great. We should be okay. But before we do, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, the link for that is in the comment section. It's also in the description. You hit that link, use promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a discount on your purchase. They have all NFL, all college, and fully customizable helmets. So if that's something that intrigues you, hit that link, use the promo code because it would be much appreciated. So last night we witnessed a pretty solid game, like I mentioned, but Blake Cashman was injured in the third quarter on a play where him and several other Viking defenders were in pursuit of a scrambling Caleb Williams. Now, Caleb Williams has been making plays with his legs, or had been making plays with his legs all game, and this one was no exception, right? In his pursuit of Caleb Williams, Blake Cashman came up lame and needed the medical tent after the play, a trip that was delayed by the fact that the Vikings center Ryan Kelly was in the tent as Cashman came off the field. If you were watching this game, you've seen this happen. You weren't really sure what happened. He got knocked down. Is he tired? Did he get hurt? They slowed it down. You kind of see them all of a sudden like pull up a little bit, and you're like, okay, that's a hamstring injury. If you've watched a lot of football and you've played it maybe yourself, you knew exactly what kind of happened there. Nothing was tore. You could tell his hamstring kind of gave out. It wasn't great. Shortly after, we get news, hey, he's been ruled out the rest of the game, yada, yada, yada. And you really just weren't sure the severity of it. But right now, it's too early to tell how long Blake Cashman is going to be sidelined with this hamstring injury. And we're not here to speculate. Hamstring injuries have a tendency to linger. So even if Cashman is able to start for the Vikings in week 2 against the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday Night Football, he could be hampered by the injury. That is a long shot. There is no chance Blake Cashman sees the field this Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. Hamstring injuries can linger, like it says right there. Usually a 3 to 5 week injury. We've seen in some instances with it being more severe where players miss 8 weeks, maybe 12 weeks. It really depends on how bad the injury is and what your rehab and recovery process is, because some people we know heal faster than others. It's just something in your genetics, whatever the case may be. It just sometimes players heal faster than others. Could be the type of treatment and yada yada, right? But typically going to miss at least a minimum of 3 weeks. And we did get a little bit of an update from one of the Vikings insider, Ben Gosling, today, who said Vikings linebacker Blake Cashman is scheduled for an MRI on his hamstring today. At the time of this recording of the video, we haven't heard any news, so I apologize if something does come out. It is what it is, right? But the initial expectation is that he's going to miss several weeks, like I mentioned. Okay, we don't have to read that little end part right there, but several weeks is what we're looking at for Blake Cashman. That sucks. He's a massive part to this defense. He's a Minnesota native, so obviously the fan base loves him, but it is what it is. It's football, right? Your injuries are going to take place. I'm glad it's a hamstring rather than an ACL or anything with the knee, any like Achilles, stuff like that. A hamstring injury I can deal with because at least we'll get him back at some point this season. Plus, we're pretty deep at the linebacker position. Okay, we still have Andrew Van Ginkel, Jonathan Gennard, Dallas Turner, Ivan Pace Jr., Eric Wilson, who is an absolute dog. Okay, he played with this team a couple of years ago, went over to Green Bay for a year or two, comes back to Minnesota. He's flying around. He can make plays. We have a solid core, a solid depth chart, I guess, at the linebacker position. So I'm not necessarily worried. It is going to suck a little bit, but again, like I said earlier, I'd rather it be a hamstring injury than anything more significant than that. Hopefully, he's only out a minimum of 3 weeks. Probably going to be out the 4 to 5 week range if I had to assume, just because if we're winning ball games, what's the rush? Why put him out there when our defense is flying around, making plays, looking great like it did against the Chicago Bears? So Blake Cashman expected to miss several weeks. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skull Vikes.